a lot of neurodivergent people have hyperfixations, and mine is definitely the Grinch and the Phantom of the Opera.
Do you have dyslexia as well?
Collecting them all.
Like Pokemon.
Gotta catch them all.
Perfect, Peter! A wormy little worm!
Jeez.
Silence, worm!
The scenarios that these happen in is like an assembly with like the whole year group.
Oh, yeah.
And the head teacher.
Once he asked us, the whole year group, who directed Les Mis? And then my tics just decided to shout, your mum? And he goes, I wish. Like, I prefer when people react like that to when they don't react at all. If like I shout or something and then no one reacts, I'm just like kind of like...
Apparently 15 to 20% of the world's adult population are neurodivergent.
Only that many?
Yeah, 20%.
Right, I've got to start sneezing on people. Hi everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel, Movement Theories, the podcast. Also on Spotify.
Spotify, Apple, Amazon, all of that.
Slay.
Big time. Yeah.
Today we're going to be talking about me, because what else would you want to talk about in your daily life?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I am just like, the world revolves around me. Anyway, no, that's a joke. Anyway, basically, today we're going to be talking about me and neurodivergent.
See, I couldn't say
neurodivergent people, like myself.
Like yourself, yes.
Also, disclaimer, I might swear involuntary. I have tics, which a lot of this conversation will be about.
Probably.
So, yeah. Enjoy, guys.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. This is Lucy Bryce. I am Joshua Cambridge, the host of the podcast. Today we are talking about neurodiverse. I don't think either of us can say it. Neurodiversity.
Got it.
There we go. Brilliant. We're going to struggle the whole episode. But yeah, today is very different to what I've done before, because it's talking all about you. You're a very interesting person. Lucy is going to soon be in Phantom of the Opera. Give it like 4 years, maybe 5 years.
3.
3 straight after graduation.
Yes,
she's booking that job.
I will be Christine.
What's made that your lifelong dream?
So basically, I'm like, the first kind of singing training I got was classical. Mm-hmm. So for up until from the age of 10 to like 17, I was classically trained, and then I went more into musical theatre. Mm-hmm. So I did musical theatre on the side, but not like proper training. Yeah, like how I was doing my singing lessons.
Are you a singer first? Is that like your strongest?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But then I've always been listening to Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Okay.
I had a CD when I was younger, and then there was 3 songs from the Phantom of the Opera on there. It was Past the Point of No Return, the Phantom of the Opera, and Think of Me. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, I've just been like,
obsessed.
Whoa, Phantom of the Opera. And then I went and saw it like 3 years ago, cried like 7 times.
And then a couple of days ago as well, wasn't it? A couple
of days ago, yeah. Cried like 8 times.
I've actually only seen half of it. I need to watch the other half.
You need to see it in person.
Maybe that'll be better.
It's very different.
Yeah, I watched it. I think it was the film, or maybe it was like filmed stage musical. It wasn't. Yeah, it didn't hit.
The film isn't as good.
Yeah, it didn't hit, but maybe in person. I mean, we're in London now, so all the opportunity. Tell me about yourself and your like prior training to Bird in terms of like maybe the dance side, the movement side, some of the acting. Movement theories. I got to keep kind of coming back to that. Yeah, for sure.
So I started ballet when I was 2. Got taught wrong till I was 11. Had to relearn everything. And then when I was like 10, I was just like, you know what? Musical theatre looks like a bit of me. So I went to Academy Arts. Shout out to you, Nina. Love you, mate. You're incredible. I went to Academy Arts till I was 18. 17.
Yeah, you're 18 now, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I was 17, nearly 18 when I left. Which was quite big for me, leaving there, because I grew up there, basically.
Your whole life, or like most of your teenage years?
Most of my teenage years, because I started there when I was like 9 or 10.
9, right, got you. Okay.
So then I went to, when I was, from the age of 16 to 17, I went to Redbridge Drama and Dance course. which was a college.
Good, bad, all right.
And then I went.
Okay, fair enough.
And then I went to Evolution Foundation College in Colchester. Hashtag Jackie Tapsell. Hashtag Kevin Tapsell. Hashtag Slay.
Yeah, wow.
That was really good. Like the training was so good. My singing teacher and my acting teacher were just honestly the best people I've met. And the ballet teachers were so funny. And now I'm here.
Yeah, at Bird, doing this. Who would have thought? Yeah.
But I've been doing like private singing lessons throughout school years and stuff.
Yeah.
I did up to grade 8 in classical.
You're notably a very good singer. Not even in the fact like when you've sung on your own, because we haven't actually done much of that. But I think it links in with having tics quite a lot, because is one of your tics singing, I would have thought.
Yeah.
And yodeling as well. You're really good at yodeling. You're like very, very good at yodeling.
People are going to have to start paying me to do that.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
The amount of people who have asked me, like come up to me and ask me to yodel, I'm just like...
Yeah, you've become famous around site just for being the girl who can yodel really well. How did you learn to yodel? Because I've heard you mention there being a bit of like a parrot theory.
I'm basically a parrot.
Yeah.
Movement theories, parrot theories.
Yeah, and you just copy like so well though. I mean, not even like a little bit. Like I can hear something and give it a go, and it'd be like, meh.
It takes a bit of practice. Some things I can hear and just pick up. Some things takes a little while. Horrid Henry, I picked up straight away.
I like Horrid Henry. That was a childhood. That's a good one.
I like doing the impression. It's quite fun. But and Elmo, I picked up pretty much straight away.
The Grinch. You've become obsessed recently. Is that recent, or is that
Oh
like
no, that's
for a
been
while?
going on for years.
Oh, okay.
That has been like, so a lot of neurodivergent people have hyperfixations, and mine is definitely the Grinch and the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, because I hadn't
And the Rolling
realised.
Stones.
I hadn't realised they were Grinch references because I'm not a big Grinch watcher. I haven't seen it basically, and
Disgusting.
And then you told me the other day about like where they all came from. I was like, that's really interesting. And now I've like seen clips of it.
A lot of my tics are from the Grinch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Betty! Hi!
We've got a bit of a studio audience in today. Sometimes we don't, sometimes we do. It's actually quite nice when there is. And you're on volume levels duty, making sure it all sounds good.
Does it sound good, Cinny?
Does it sound good?
Yes.
It does. Brilliant. That's amazing. I'm now like really worrying that there's been, because I've done quite a few episodes now, and there's been 2 where I've made one small error and it's meant that the whole recording didn't work and process and link up. And so now I'm just like, what haven't I done? But we've got this set up and that's gone into there and this is fed. So I think we should be good.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. I'd hate to have to redo this again. I got some questions down. I've talked to you.
Fire away.
Talked to you a little bit about yourself, your background. Here it says, do you think there's enough neurodiversity represented on stage? And do you know much about that as well? Are you like a follower of neurodivergence being represented?
Kind of. I don't really know about on stage, but I know that there's quite a lot of diversity on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's fine, yeah.
I've
Screen's
seen
good.
quite a lot on screen and stuff, or like even actors you didn't know. Oh, they're dyslexic. What the hell? Like,
Yeah.
they just come out of the blue.
Do you have dyslexia as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my family. what was wrong? Is that I'm not,
I'm just collecting them all.
like Pokemon.
Got to catch them all.
No, it's my family.
What's next?
Who knows? My family, though, there's a bit of a line of dyslexia. I think I've managed to... I mean, I might have it, though, because I'm not very good at... I've never been tested. I think you have to have a test, don't you?
Yeah.
But my dad, my brother, my uncle, my granddad, they all have dyslexia. I think my brother is orange. You're green, aren't you? You're green, yeah.
This is paper colours, by the way.
Oh yeah,
guys.
so what helps you read? The first few weeks I gave it a go because I've never had an opportunity to actually see whether I am. I just knew that I really struggled in school with writing. So I don't know, I might have got it as well. But it's not been...
Might have caught it off me.
Might have caught it. So one of your tics is you sneeze and then you say...
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I don't even sneeze. I just say to the person next to me, if I sneeze on you, will you catch my autism?
Do you know what the scenarios that these happen in is like an assembly with like the whole year group and the head teacher. And I mean, I want to laugh.
I love shouting at
funny.
Lewis. It's funny.
And it is. So it's so funny. But you just have to sit there like trying to hold it in. Lewis sometimes laughs himself though. He's quite nice. He's very good.
I
think he's very good.
He acknowledges them as if I'm just talking to him. So once he asked us, the whole year group, who directed Les Mis? And then my tics just decided to shout, your mum. And he goes, I wish. Like, I prefer when people react like that to when they don't react at all. Do you know what I mean?
Where it's like just brushed underneath instead of being like...
If like I shout or something and then no one reacts, I'm just like kind of like...
Can you tell that they're coming or going to happen? Sometimes.
If it's a big one, I can feel it like in my neck.
And so how does that work with the neck? How does that affect like your posture, your everything, like pain levels?
Oh, my neck is always in pain. It's quite funny.
Is that funny?
if I don't laugh, I'll cry.
Yeah. One of those.
It's quite funny. So like, it doesn't really affect my posture. My posture's bad anyway. Like,
okay, well, just embrace it, I guess.
It like affects like how tight my neck is. Like my neck is really tight at the moment because they've been so like bad at the moment.
Is that because we're in like a new environment, new people? I mean, every day kind of seems to have a change, different rooms, different teachers, which I don't have. You know, would it be tics or Tourette's? Is there a difference?
I haven't been diagnosed with Tourette's.
Okay.
But like people say, oh, Lucy, you've got Tourette's, haven't you? Because you're ticking. I'm like...
Kind of, but kind of not. Like it's...
Yeah. A lot of the time tics come with autism, which is what I have. A little touch of autism. And... yeah, because I've got a friend who went to Evo with me. Evo. Her name is Harriet, and she's ginger.
Little shout out.
Love you, Harriet. And she also has tics, and she's autistic like me. So having us in the same classroom was quite eventful.
I'm sure. Did you like bounce off each other? Because
we'd have full on conversations in tics.
I want to see how... No, I don't know. No.
I've got a video, don't worry, I'll show you later.
Maybe I do. Because something I've noticed, and we had a little talk as well, was that people copying your tics certain people who copy your tics, we're not naming names here, but can really like badly affect you because it's like... Yeah. Why is that? What is about it?
I don't really know, but... it's the really frequent ones, if people copy them or if people like imitate the neck jolts and stuff. Can just, I don't know, it kind of triggers them a bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is that makes that happen, but it just does.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I can't remember when it was, but I was at college. It wasn't at Eva, I think it was at the other one. But, I was just sitting there. My tics were quite bad and they had just calmed down. And then someone looked me dead in the eye, went, Lucy, look, and then went like that. And then I was just like, oh, that's a massive tic for me at the moment.
Yeah.
Like now for me, it's that way more than going back. But
I don't understand why someone would do that.
Neither do I.
Like,
because they think it's funny.
But it's not funny. It's awkward a lot of the time when people copy them. It's like...
Yeah, they think it's funny to set me off.
Right.
Because, I mean, some of the things I say are quite funny.
Yeah, so they want a laugh, and so they try and set you off because they're expecting that you're going to say something that will make them laugh.
Yeah, but instead that made I was sat up against a really hard brick wall, and I whacked my head into the brick wall.
When was this?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Kind of explains a lot about me.
To be fair, I got dropped on my head as a kid. Quite badly as well.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I've got a little... All right, wow. Was that even a tick, or was that just you being...
No, that was just me being witty banter.
Yeah, I fell off a bin and my dad... I was a little kid. Anyway, there's a story there for another time. Have colleges done enough to make you feel like included or involved, and what are measures that could be put in place to help
Bird
you?
College is the best. They're doing everything they can.
Yeah, they are.
My previous colleges were not as good as Bird.
Is this because of the awareness around it?
Yeah, well, my first college, I wasn't diagnosed yet.
Okay.
So
I
that
can
was
see why that would be a struggle.
that was really hard.
Because colleges was always like, oh, you need a doctor's note
Yeah.
to get permission for anything. And so
Yeah.
even if it's just like,
And I'd be having meltdowns and the principal would be trying to calm me down, bless him, but like he'd be telling me to look him in the eyes.
Which
He'd be telling me,
helpful.
look at me in my eyes, don't look anywhere else, look at me in my eyes, look at me in my eyes. And that would stress me out even more because like when I'm talking to someone, I rarely look at them.
yeah.
Like have you noticed this? Yeah, I rarely look at anyone when I talk to them. Like I'm talking to anyone, I'll be looking over here. I'll be talking to them, I'm looking over here. Like I look at people's eyes sometimes, but like for about 3 seconds, that's my limit.
got you, yeah. I can see, I have an understanding of why they try that. Like for me, that might work, but then it wouldn't work for everyone. Because some people just don't like eye contact, like
I hate
full
it.
stop. I mean, we were doing a scene in MT today, and I was trying to make eye contact with Kaya, and she just couldn't have a straight face. Because some people just can't. People just laugh, you know. And so I can imagine, especially when it's like serious like that, trying to like stare into.
Like, I feel like
your
they're
teacher's
staring
eyes.
into my soul.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
There's a little thing if you stare at like this point on the face.
that's what I do.
Yeah, and it makes it look like you're right in there. How much performance like on stage have you done in your life?
As in professional or amateur, because I haven't done any professional.
No. just performing. So whether it's concerts,
Loads.
shows, done quite a bit.
Yeah.
Throughout how many years would you say you've actually like been on stage for? Because
Since I was 3.
you're 3. So in the time span of 3 to 18, I probably should ask this first. Have you had, or are you born with tics? Or
I
and
wasn't.
autism or was it? Right, yes. It's a good question.
Autism, I think you are born with.
You are born with.
But it doesn't show up in girls as much as it shows up in boys at a young age.
I see.
Because girls tend to mask it a lot more. Like there were certain things that I'd do as a child that my parents would be like, but when I was getting tested and it was like, we got sent so many questionnaires and they were filling it out and then like everything in my childhood just made sense.
I see. I guess that's quite a nice feeling because it's like,
Yeah, like, oh, that's why she didn't make eye contact. That's
Yeah.
why she's really awkward in social gatherings. That's
Yeah.
why she used to play on her own instead of playing with her sister because she wanted to play her game and only her game.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So
Having that clarity is.
yeah, that was very like, oh, at least I know why I'm like that and why I can be rude to people without meaning it because I
Yeah.
just genuinely don't know what's rude and what's not a lot of the time.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But with the tics, I've had them about 5 years now.
5 years.
And they just started as
Okay.
a little movement in my shoulder.
In the span of about 5 years now related to performing on stage, have you noticed as maybe you've got used to it happening? Like when you, how does it work? Okay, I'll go with this. How does it work in a show, in a performance?
I don't tic.
At all?
No. Not even backstage.
And why is that then? Is there any science behind it? There might be. I
I don't even know.
What do you think?
If I remember correctly, it's something to do with the way the cognitive brain flicks between functions. So when
Okay.
it's focusing on one subject that's so important to it, it flips to like
Yeah.
one whole other
Okay.
section.
So I've noticed something. Practical lessons,
Yeah.
I feel like you tick less in.
Yeah, that's
Whereas
definitely true.
theory lessons. But the thing is, it makes theory lessons more fun because some
Yeah,
people-
what can I say? I'm just
also-
the light of the life of the party.
there are a few things where like people are like, oh, this is going to be like really boring. There was an assembly about, we've had loads where they were like, oh, another group like it was so long and just took some time, and I went into it dreading it, and I came out with the biggest smile on my face because
I was in there.
because you were in there. Yeah.
What can I say?
Okay, so in performances then there's like a flip in the brain, and so you just haven't noticed.
They just don't happen.
That's really interesting.
until like I get home.
Until you get home. Is there like a build up, do you think? And then when you get home, it's like comes rushing out, like with emotion, like trying to hold emotions in, and then suddenly you're a weeping mess, which I think we've probably all experienced.
No, it's kind of just, it's really weird.
Yeah.
It is really weird. Like, sometimes I might have a few like facial tics backstage, but they never happen on stage.
Yeah. I wonder if this is something that like directors and casting agents are aware of, because, well, I'd hope not, but I feel like a casting director, if they were put in front of him like a final two, and it was with someone who had autism and tics and someone who didn't, I wonder if there'd be a bias there, because they're like, oh, on stage. But actually, it doesn't affect.
It doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah.
And my autism helps me remember lines better.
Why's that?
Well, I could be a really good swing because I learn everyone else's lines, because otherwise it really stresses me out. Like, I end up like in tech rehearsals, so a lot of the time I end up like mouthing people's lines whilst they're saying
Yeah, no, I struggle with lines, and so I have to, like, today for MT, I was like, I need to get these learned, and so I spent too long going over them and just making sure that I had it in my head. They just don't stick. Movement, I don't know why this works, but movement
theories.
is Movement Theories podcast. Subscribe if you haven't already. I always forget to say that. I'm a little, definitely should. I've completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so movement I can pick up quite quickly.
Yeah.
Lines don't seem to go in my brain, and I don't know why. That is maybe
Songs I pick up like that.
Really quick.
Really quick.
And does this link in with the whole parrot theories that we'd mentioned?
I think so. I think that's got something to do with it.
Can I call it parrot theories? I feel like parrot theories is
It's quite cool.
pretty accurate as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am just a parrot, guys.
Yeah. And I mean,
Who's a pretty parrot?
literally in lessons, it's like, I think someone's playing a recording on their phone.
Yeah.
And when you look over and you're like,
Oh, it's Lucy.
yeah. I mean, it's very impressive. And teachers love it as well.
Yeah.
You've been asked to yodel a few times. You've been asked to do impressions a few times.
Are you in my acting? I don't think you're in my acting workshop, are you? I was
No, I'm
asked
in
to
dance.
yodel in that as well.
I can imagine that get really like, all right then. Because it's like, you're a human, you're a real person, and it just feels like they're kind of just like, I don't know. I feel like there can be a little
Yodel,
bit of
go.
Yeah, it's just like, come do this, do that, and it's like,
Yeah.
come on, give me a break, a little
Great
bit,
guys.
Yeah, because you get it quite frequently.
Yeah, I'm just
I've noticed.
famous.
But you're good. You're very good at them, which is why people ask a lot.
People ask a lot for my Horrid Henry one. That's one of my most frequent.
Can I hear the Horrid Henry one? I don't think I have. You don't have to.
Have you not?
And I'm a big Horrid Henry fan,
Are you ready?
by the way.
Perfect, Peter. A wormy little worm.
Jeez,
Silence, worm.
that is so good. I haven't heard that one. I've heard quite a few, but damn, as a fan, that is. Maybe you should make your own podcast of just impressions. You and Charlotte should. Charlie, my bad.
Impression theories.
Impression theories. That's a.
No, it'd be called parrot theory.
Parrot theories. There we go. We should keep the name. Keep the name for sure. That's it's quite good. I've got a few little facts down here.
BBL.
I've got some interesting things. Many theatres, did you know? This is a did you know? Many theatres provide more than one service, but overall, only 20% of theatres provide audio description for performances. 21 do BSL. 19 provide captions. 4% are dementia friendly. How can a performance be dementia friendly? What? That doesn't make sense.
Moving on.
Yeah, no, that's strange. And then got some relaxed performances, that says 20%. And apparently 15 to 20% of the world's adult population are neurodivergent.
Only that many?
Yeah, 20%.
Right, I've got to start sneezing on people.
Just pass that around a little bit more.
Come on, you're autistic now.
No, that's quite interesting. But again, these figures aren't very high.
They're not high.
Yeah, Matilda has a different room with a TV and quiet space if people feel overwhelmed. I think more theatres should probably do that.
Probably.
Is having a quiet space nice? Is that something you benefit from yourself?
Not going to the theatre because I get fully immersed in it myself, because it is one of my favourite things to do. But like, at my old college, we had like a sensory room. We had like,
Okay.
you know, them galaxy lights. We had one of them.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
it like played music and stuff. So that was really nice to like, because I get really overwhelmed in classes a lot. I mean, I did very much get very overwhelmed in tap today. I was just like, no, not doing it anymore. No,
I
can't.
didn't realise that.
No, I was really overstimulated because it's so loud.
Yeah,
and
oh,
I have
yeah,
my
it is, it
I
is.
have my earplugs in. #loop earplugs.
Oh, the black.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
My Beatles.
I thought they were headphones.
No, they're
Just earplugs.
Yeah, they just cancel out as much noise as they can,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still for me really loud. Because my hearing is really sensitive.
And
all the
vibrations
time.
through the floor as well probably don't
Yeah,
help.
no.
Yeah.
So I was just like, no, not doing this anymore. It was at one point I was just lying face down on the floor in tap.
I'm in that lesson and
I know.
Okay.
Cindy realised, didn't you? Yeah. You saw me lying down on the floor face down because I was just like, I can't do it.
I don't know how I didn't
and then
notice.
Because I knew I couldn't do it, I was just like, no, I give up because I was already overstimulated and I couldn't do it. And it was really frustrating.
Yeah.
And then I got a bit better because he started playing Michael Jackson.
He's got some good tunes. Good taste.
Yeah.
He's got some good taste.
Oh,
yeah.
and Pony, that came on. I was just thinking of my little sister because she's obsessed with Magic Mike.
How old's your little sister?
60.
Okay. If you were to say like 12, they're a little bit concerned. I actually might be watching Magic Mike soon, which is quite exciting.
Really?
Yeah. You can't? Yeah.
No, Cindy, you're not allowed yet. You're 16.
Couple more years to wait. Which diploma? Yeah. Have you actually watched you should watch the diploma episode. We did it with Tamsin Slater. It's really good. You'd learn a lot.
From what?
From last week. This thing was about diplomas. You know how like loads of people came into class being like, I can't believe you said that about us, because I said you could tell who were diploma students and they thought I was calling them immature, and I had a go. People had to go at me. I was like, I'm sorry, guys.
I think I'm quite mature.
A little, yeah.
Diploma.
Yeah.
Well, I'm mature than some people. No, not you.
Just very targeted there.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do know who
You know who. There's probably going to be quite a lot of those. Have a guess in the comments who it's no.
Comment down below who you think it is.
Don't do that. That would be really bad. What were we saying just beforehand? I keep losing my train of
Quiet
thought.
room.
Quiet rooms. Yeah, I think Bird have got one.
Is that Louisa's office?
No. Well, they call it like for different religions. If you want to go there and like just take some time out, but I'm sure being atheist, you could if you just want. I'm pretty sure it's just a time out room, but they've labelled it as like because they've got to like being inclusive, which they do a good job at. But it's like a religious.
We've got new paint on the road, guys.
We've got new paint, guys. They
We've
probably
got a
spend a lot
Black
of money.
Lives Matter paint thing.
We do.
We've got
LGBT,
a LGBT one.
and we've also got the neurodiversity. Is it neurodiversity?
I think so. The little
Yeah.
The little,
Yeah.
that's for dyslexia.
It's for you.
infinity sign.
Yeah.
He actually did that just for you. Do you feel represented? Man.
You know what?
Man.
Lulu de Boo Boo, if you're watching, you are my best friend.
I really hope Lewis watches this. Imagine.
Let's tag him.
Ooh, interesting. He's
Hashtag proud.
He's actually liked one of my Instagram reels, and he's not tagged in it. So he's found my account, which is
Wow.
quite exciting. Yeah. Yeah, he seems nice.
He's a lovely person. He really is. And he understands.
Mm-hmm.
And all he wants to do is help.
Yeah, which is good as well.
Yeah.
I think some people, there's this whole, I'm going to call it like box ticking syndrome. That I've come across in people, but also like when I read up on things, like I do a podcast, I'm a nerd, I research stuff. But I'm going to call this box ticking syndrome, where it's you've got like quotas that you've got to meet, and you've got quotas that you've got to meet, and so they're like, okay, we're gonna tick this box and tick that box and tick this box. Whereas with Lewis, it feels more genuine.
Yeah, it is.
Whereas I think it's just the whole going above and beyond. I think.
I'm on a cheeky little group chat
Oh,
with
don't make me jealous.
Lewis, Jessica, and Louisa.
Wow.
And Jessica texts me on there every night telling me what my timetable is for the next day and if I've got any room changes or
Yeah.
any teacher changes.
We do quite frequently get changes.
Yeah.
Which
So it's just to like warn me the night before if I've got any changes.
oh, I think
Which is very great for me.
Very useful
Because if I
as well.
got a change on the day, I'd probably start crying.
Yeah, I really struggle like myself especially when there's all of this. But I've got some nice friends who I rely on, who are ex-foundation students who just sort it out
Me?
for me.
I'm not an ex-founding,
No.
but
Yeah,
I'm
I guess
his
if you
best
found
friend.
out like bestest
Well.
friends, you have no idea. We're so close. This is definitely not the first conversation I've had with you outside of Bird. Is it seriously the first? I think it might be.
I think it might be because you don't come Staples.
I don't know. I'm not going this weekend either. So,
That's when Sam's coming. You could have met Sam.
well, I'm going to see Kaitlin. So, I've got to prioritise between Sam, who seems lovely,
He is.
by the way. Yeah. How does he find? I mean, I don't want to go into your personal life.
Oh, it's fine. Go as personal as you want.
Okay. How does Sam find it? Sam's her boyfriend. Boyfriend? Yeah. How does Sam find it? And like how's that like, kind of yeah?
Yeah.
How's that like worked kind of between you two? How long have you been together for?
Over a month officially.
Okay. And how long have you known each other for?
About 4 months.
4 months. Where did you meet? I'm just going for all of it. No, because that's where you work as well, isn't it?
And that's where he works.
Okay, you both work together.
He works in kitchen. I work in bar.
Oh, that's so romantic.
I know. He was a kitchen boy.
Wow.
She said, "See you later, boy." And then he was good enough for...
Little sing. So if you're going to sing, you should sing right up. Let the audience hear. No. But you meant
Cher impression.
You see, you can't say that and then not do your Cher impression.
Okay, right. Show a little more. Show a little less. Add a little smoke. Welcome to burlesque.
You have so much confidence because I could never.
Oh no, I did a shot before this.
Oh, all right. Well, fair enough. Yeah. Actually, I've got. It's Brazilian. I've got some weird Brazilian alcohol.
Should we do a taste test for you guys?
Yeah. I want to do like a mukbang episode, and I also want to do
Wait. Shh.
an ASMR episode. The audio listeners
ASMR episode.
are gonna hate that.
ASMR episode.
Does that sound awful, Cindy? Or
I love it.
do you? All right. Well, there we go. Fair enough. The next half an hour is just going to be this. Yeah, there must be like. Would you find it confidence for doing impressions, or how does that work? Is there like I'm going to do an impression, or sometimes is it a tick, or is it like you just have to be confident and do it? I don't know the difference.
Sometimes I do it as a tick. Sometimes I'm just like, let's just do an impression because it's funny.
Yeah, it is funny, and it's really good as well.
Like I just find it funny, like making a fool of myself.
Fair enough. I've tried doing Cher impressions before, but really not good. Really not good. I think when I first started singing, I gave it a try because I didn't know how to sing properly.
Yeah.
I don't have to
Try
confidence.
it. Ariana Grande, just go, yeah.
Yeah. That's the most you're getting from me.
Oh, guys, I've got Grinch socks on.
Wow, you're a proper fan. I've got like loads of cool socks, and I'm just wearing really boring ones.
They are pretty boring. I can't.
Have you seen my socks in Essence?
I have
sometimes?
seen some of
They're
your
good,
socks.
aren't
Your
they?
stripy socks. I like
They're
them
good.
a lot, actually.
Yeah, no, they're good. I'm a big fan. I've got green socks with bikes on.
Ooh.
I've got these weird like cherub angel thing. They're strange.
I have 4 pairs of Grinch socks.
4 pairs. Are they the same Grinch, or are they,
No.
do they come in a pack? Because I got
They come in a
Greg's
pack.
socks.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they came in
Oh,
like
the
5
Primark
different
ones.
They are.
These are the Primark ones.
My brother got them for me for Christmas.
Yeah.
That was my Christmas present from him, Greg's socks.
Nice.
Strangely enough, I also got him the same present without realising. So we both just traded these Greg socks. Anyway, this is such a tangent, but if you're a long-time listener, 2 months, you'd be aware that happens quite a lot.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back from that short commercial break.
Yeah, that's where we put our ads in, because this episode is sponsored by my bank account.
By me.
Oh, really? You gotta
I have a brand now.
the Lucy.
Guys, maybe I should get you a brand deal.
Yeah, we actually have a
Maybe you should
TikTok
get
in
me
the corner.
a brand.
Yeah, get the podcast a brand
Yeah,
deal.
it would-
You should do that.
Oh, please. Or Dins.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that they're new. Are they new? I've seen fairly.
Come in.
There we go. And for audio listeners, it's a dancewear
Yes.
brand. I've actually considered making one at some point in my career. Who
Our
knows?
model.
It'll be merch. No, I want it to be separate. I wouldn't do merch. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't just stick movement theories on a t-shirt. That's just not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy that myself. It's also lazy.
Theories.
The question I wanted to ask you is about environment and like what is like the ideal environment for you? Like
Your mum's house.
I'm sure it is. Yeah, my mum's house is lovely. By the way, she's one of the cleanest. Mum, if you're watching this, I appreciate you. You're George Cambridge. But what's the ideal? What's the perfect environment for you?
My bed.
As a performer, like with other people in a situation where there's like, what's the best environment to go into? On auditions,
Nice,
stressful,
just
and,
nice people.
So it's the people, knowing the people beforehand as well.
Sometimes, but like obviously I didn't know anyone in my group at Bird.
I mean, you were
before
very
I came
active on
in.
group chat, so everyone knew you.
Yeah, everyone knew me.
It was you and a boy called Joseph, who were the most active on that group chat before we started.
Joseph Madden.
If you're watching this, he's probably not watching this. We should send it to him and make him watch it. But yeah, so you kind of made yourself known. Is that like a confidence thing? Because I didn't have the confidence.
Kind of.
I had no confidence. I was like,
No, it was kind of me building my confidence to like get into Bird, like to go like.
Because without
into
that, would you
college.
find it hard just to step in
Yeah.
the doors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I've got to have a few people know maybe who I am, or like even if I was like asking questions and stuff, a lot of the time I might have been under the influence of alcohol and accidentally messaged the group chat.
Yeah.
But
like 90% of the time, probably.
I'm not that bad.
You could tell.
I'm not that bad.
No. I mean, you work at a pub, but, you know, do you get discounts?
Yeah.
Well,
20%.
I would have hoped it was more.
I know, but at Spoon's prices.
20% is pretty good. Okay.
Exactly.
Did you know, this is one of my lovely facts that
Another
I've
did
got.
you know?
Did you know 2% of the roles available for actors are for actors that are living with disabilities, and then like 94% are played by able-bodied actors, and then like there's another percentage for irrelevant. Do you think that's right?
No.
I agree. No is the right answer. If anyone out there went yes, click off this right now. We don't want you. 2% is, I mean, that's nothing.
It's rubbish.
It's nothing. Yeah.
Like, if there was a character who was autistic, why would you take the opportunity from an autistic person who may find it a little bit harder to get work?
Yep.
Why would you take that if they were really good and perfect for the role? Why would you take that from them and then give it to someone
Totally.
who's not autistic?
Yeah.
Because
Totally.
if the character's autistic and the person you're employing is autistic, it's 10 times better because they'll understand the character in a different way that neurotypical people wouldn't.
Yeah. The thing that I have a problem with is where people feel like these directors or casting or whatever say it's because a lot of the time the reason is because like it's acting, and it's like, you know, they're going to act this part.
Yeah, it's acting, but
However,
I wouldn't personally, I don't think it's right if me or you played someone with Down syndrome. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And so, but then the point I've kind of like come to realize is, I mean, okay, yeah, acting. However, why then in every other scenario are you casting based off like the fact they match the part? I mean, in every other scenario, it's like, oh, you're blonde, they're blonde, you're going to play that person. Like, it's like in so many situations, like they cast because you suit the character. And then as soon as it's like not that, it's like, oh, but they're acting it though, like because they're an actor. I was like, why don't you just continue to cast based on who would suit playing the character the best? Does that make sense? Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that does make sense.
Yeah. I was hoping I wasn't waffling, but we good. So yeah, that's kind of where my mindset is with it. Because that also is not just with, can I get the word out? Neurodiversity. Is also with, say, issues around like with race. And I mean, there's tons. Why are you picking and choosing? I think is the big thing. It's like all the time it's who suits the character.
Yeah,
So
I
then
think
just
it's
stay
getting
with that.
I think it's getting a bit better.
A little
in the
bit,
theatre industry
but
now.
I'm finding it a lot of the time to be my box ticking. What was it I called it? I gave it a name.
Box ticking, yeah.
Yeah.
Sticking syndrome.
Syndrome. There we go. Box ticking syndrome, where it's just like they've just got to do it to.
Yeah.
to get and just to get enough audience appreciation, just to get enough from sponsors, just to get enough from supporters or whatever. And sometimes you can tell it feels real. Like say with Bird College, they feel real, and with some shows it does feel good. I'm getting the syndrome a lot though from some things I watch. And actually we had Movement Tired come in to talk, and she mentioned in her talk that it's really good that they're doing these castings. However, a lot of the time
they just want
box ticking.
Right, I need one black person, I need one blonde person, I need one person who's brunette, one person with black hair, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I need one short person, one tall person, just to make it look
someone
really diverse and stuff.
Identifies as male, someone who, they got to try and kind of spread it out. Someone who's gay, someone all of these things. Yeah. And it's
we can see what you're doing. You're not casting.
Yeah. But not being subtle about it. Really.
No. Really, I think it should be, whoever gets it, I think it should be based on talent. Mm-hmm. I don't think...
Yeah, well, I mean, this industry is meant to be about
It's supposed
talent.
to be about talent, but I don't think they should be doing the box ticking and everything, because what if they've got all those people on the stage and none of them are right for the characters?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because,
do you know what I mean?
But it's not saying for them to go back to what they'd done beforehand, because the way they'd previously cast wasn't right, because it was just I think everyone understands the fact that 10 years ago their casting was very biased. It's not saying that that's right. It's just saying that what they're doing at the moment probably needs just cast people who are the best for that part.
Yeah.
And our casting can be difficult. There's so many stories around people getting down to the final two. I know someone got down to final two of Newsies and then they didn't get the part because the other person fit the costume better. And sometimes the world is just tough like that. I mean, which really sucks. He actually leads the gym sessions nearby that everyone goes to. And it's that is rough. However, sometimes you got to choose. But a lot of the time it's just who's talented enough, who plays it the best, I don't know. I think maybe give us a few more years to get some of the young, fresh minds into the industry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of old, rich white men at the moment, but they're 70, so...
Old, rich white man!
Yeah, there's not many years left of them.
What you've got to do is you've got to marry them when they're really old and you know they're rich.
And then take all their money.
And then put yourself in the will, leave the whole will over to yourself.
Figures for a while.
Yeah. Oh no, but it's smart. It's the way you got to survive in this world, don't you? This industry. Yeah. It's Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Or OnlyFans. Oh my gosh, I would marry Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Just for his money, right?
I'd make him put me in the Phantom of the Opera.
Well, yeah. I mean, firstly that, yeah. But imagine the scandal where it's 70-year-old man marries 18-year-old girl at drama school. That would be crazy.
And puts her
as the lead role
in his one of his most successful.
It's awful. But I think in 20.
That'd be so funny.
It'd be scary. But great for you because you'll get the part and it's woo, amazing.
Yeah.
But
I'd still be living in Avery though.
Yeah. 20 years down the line, I think we're going to see a change. Maybe even sooner. It'd be nice of it. Do you think the world's going to be around in 20 years? I mean, this could get deep, but. Global warming and all, are we?
Who even knows? I think I run the world.
Okay. And
when I die, it will just disappear.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you hadn't realised, the world does centre. We're side characters in the story.
It's my life and you're all just living in it.
Yeah, which is why this video is going to get 1 billion views because everyone is it's Lucy, it's Lucy.
Yeah.
Imagine.
She's the creator.
Yeah.
I am the creator. Your mum.
Yeah, okay.
I'm your grandma now.
I can't remember where I was at. Disability Arts Online. Here we go. Here's another little fact with Josh. Do you like...
Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's okay. Do you like... This is separate now, but do you like people acknowledging them all the time? How would that work in terms of what you prefer?
Sometimes, yeah. It's more comfortable. Mm-hmm. It's more it makes it kind of like it's part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Because I know, a lot of the time I know when I've ticked, I know when I've said something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit like, oh, that's a bit...
Yeah. Do you always realise, or can you have a tick and not realise that it happened and then get told about it? Is that a thing?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
That's
Okay,
happened
yeah.
a few times.
Yeah.
My facial ones I don't really notice anymore.
Okay.
So like...
What about the whole like going up to say a microphone and like...
Oh no, I noticed that because there's a microphone in my face.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, I think kind of because this is the Movement Theories podcast, and I think the last several episodes I haven't really talked about movement. But hey,
I stop ticking when I'm dancing.
yeah, so that's something you're taking away from this. But no, in the I had like a really good question in my head, but it's completely gone now. Okay, I'll read my fact.
Okay,
I think that's what I'll
fact.
do. According to Disability Arts Online, only 20. For audio listeners, Lucy had a tick, if you didn't realise.
That's why everyone's laughing.
I guess maybe we don't do it onto Spotify because I feel like the visual element of it's more...
I feel like you put it up and just have fun with it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it anywhere. Put it everywhere. I'm going to
Okay.
be famous.
You already are. Famous. According to Disability Arts Online, only 20% of venues and festivals are regularly supporting work of disabled artists or artists who aren't. What would the phrase be? Or how would you describe? I mean, because we're all people and we're all normal. So how would you?
No, because I'm going to tick something really rude.
I mean, okay, but it was brought up in. So what would be a good, I don't want to call it like a label, but someone who has and someone who doesn't. If someone was like trying to describe you to their friend, how would you like to be described? That very rude word or?
I mean, I don't really mind it. To be
Okay, well, yeah, I
Like-
guess personal preference, isn't it?
I don't mind it because, like, I have a lot of friends that joke around with that word, which isn't good because some people get offended, but I personally don't.
I guess if they're saying it in the context of yourself,
Yeah.
then it's okay. But then I guess for other people, and they don't
Yeah.
have that kind of
I wouldn't go
permission.
calling people that.
Yeah.
Like random people
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
don't know.
But I guess if
I wouldn't go calling anyone that unless it's my friend and I know that they're okay with it and they've told me, oh, that's so funny, you just call me this, whatever.
did you do like a sixth form, like before? Because you did these like performance places before, but
Yeah.
were they?
They were my sixth form.
They were your sixth form. Okay, so secondary school. You went to a secondary
Yeah.
school. Secondary school can be a very rough place, especially as a male dancer. I mean, I found it difficult, but people use words like that very frequently. Other words as well. There's lots that as a guy in the industry I've been called, and like beforehand you'd call it like the F word, but it's not fuck. It's something else, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you found that as well? Yes. Get a lot of it. How did that affect you in terms of like your self-image, self-worth? Obviously,
Well,
you don't have to answer all these questions.
Obviously,
'Cause
like,
it's rough.
at the time, it was year 9, 10, 11. 11 was when they got really bad. Year 10 is when it got more noticeable, my tics. Year 11, I got a lot of shit for it. Like, people would call me, like, the S word and
I think if
the
you're
R word as
using
well.
it in that context,
like, if it's in a malicious way, that is a no.
I think people just need to grow up. I don't like this new generation of kids. I mean, I walk into McDonald's and I go, oh man, the next university kids, it's not going to be good.
It's like, oh man, there's 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they look like roadmen.
Yeah.
I hate Roadman.
Do you know, like, it's...
I do a good Roadman impression, though.
Okay. You don't have to do it, but, I mean, if you want to. But it's
My
good.
alter ego, though, isn't it?
It is an alter ego, yeah. I thought the first time you did that, I didn't know if this was, like, you acting, or if it was, like, a serious, you just switched between the two. It's quite funny.
Nah.
How would you talk to me if you were a roadman?
You are Neek.
Okay. Thanks for that. You're not so bad yourself.
Safe one.
Safe one. Okay.
My guy, what's this?
She does a very good job. Good actor. Got a long, thriving... What does Neek mean?
A nerd.
Oh. Because I replied to that, like, not sure what... Okay. Well...
You replied to it as if it was a compliment.
I was like, oh, wow, thanks.
I nearly broke character there. I was like, does he not know what Neek means?
No. No, I was like, oh, you're not so bad yourself. Was being nice. No, you weren't being nice to me. I mean,
No.
This is quite nerdy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can say, yeah. Yeah. I haven't even decorated this room much. I mean, this room is... Look at... I could have done something with this board.
I've got a photo board up on mine.
I don't really do photos.
Do you not?
No. Don't really take them, photos. Other people...
I've got mugs of my friends.
What, just on your wall?
Yeah, or pictures of my dogs.
That's quite sweet, though. How many dogs do you have?
2.
What are they?
Tibetan Terriers.
I've
They're
not come
fluffy
across.
little things. They're so cute.
I've never had dogs or cats. The only animals I've ever had was fish, and they lasted 2 days.
Oh yeah, no, my fish never lasted.
Yeah. But otherwise, I've never had animals. But my only...
I had a hamster.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
And 2 rabbits.
What's the one that jumps a lot? Is it like a Spaniel?
Cocker spaniel, springer spaniel.
Cocker spaniel, yeah. My gran has one of those, and I was like 10, and it jumped to my back when I was like doing my shoes and then started humping me. And I've been actually like traumatized since it. But then my gran...
I've got gal dogs.
Right, well, yeah, my gran and grandpa aren't very aware of just what's right and what isn't right.
Yeah.
And so, did you get that on record? I hope not. Actually, it's on the episode. But they just stood there watching. They were like, ah. And I'm there like crying and couldn't get it off me.
No, my friend Harry's dog, Holly, is a female dog. But she likes to hump things all the time.
Yeah. No,
Quite funny.
it was traumatizing. It's just the fact they watched.
Yeah. No, actually, speaking of dogs, my dogs really help my tics.
Okay, yeah, so let's back on topic here.
We are back on topic,
We are.
and surprisingly, it's me who's back on topic.
Well done. That's good.
Yeah, it's not just my dog either. It's like other dogs, like or animals. Like being around animals really helps me. That's why I'm up with Louisa a lot. I go
She's
to
a
see
dog.
Luca. Yeah,
I've not met the dog, but I've heard about the dog.
he's so cute.
What type is it?
King Charles Cavalier Spaniel.
King I'm not-
Of course it is. I can tell.
I'm not educated on dog breeds really, but I'm interested in just learning about them.
Oh, I am. I used to want to be a vet.
And now you're a musical theatre performer.
Yeah.
And soon you're going to be in Phantom.
Yeah.
Just got to keep telling yourself. And it'll
I
happen.
am going to be in Phantom.
That's what I do with Newsies. I'm going to be in Newsies one day. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. You got the jumps for it.
Yeah, but they're a
Yeah.
work in progress.
Yeah, but you get good height, so.
Yeah. I've got good spring from like a rebound. Like
Yeah.
a round off rebound.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get some some really solid tumbles down because Newsies, you got to be able to have some solid tumbles.
Yeah.
At the moment, they're a bit like hit and miss. I can do a flick tuck 50% of the time. And that needs to
Yeah.
be like over 100. It needs to be, you know.
150.
Yeah, 150. That's what you always get told. You've got to do everything 150. Right, I've kind of started to go a little bit delirious, which usually happens, and I don't think I've got anything else written down. Is there anything that you think is important to be discussed or people should be made aware of? Maybe the best ways that someone could help someone with Tourette's?
If someone you know has tics, don't copy them.
Yeah, I think that's the big
Please.
takeaway. Yeah.
And also don't make fun of them. Like you can laugh with them.
Yeah.
Don't laugh at them in a malicious way because that is not right because they can't help it.
Yeah.
Also, try not to speak in all sarcasm when you're talking to people with autism because we don't understand that shit, okay?
You actually, no, you did a good job the other day.
I'm
and
getting
you-
better at
Yeah, you understood me. I don't even think I was being sarcastic to you. I think it was just you heard me say something sarcastic and then went,
is that sarcasm?
was that sarcasm? I was like, yeah, no, it was.
Is that sarcasm I heard?
Yeah. No, you did doing pretty well. Okay, anything else that you think?
Follow my TikTok,
Do you want to plug?
SpicyBrycy69.
Okay.
That's actually my TikTok
When
name.
did you make that? That feels like a...
Like
year 10, year 9.
No, it was like 2 years ago because I thought it was funny. I mean, it used to be Chlorophyll Me Up Daddy 69.
Well, I'm glad it's changed.
Because it was just funny.
Yeah. Okay. We've got another TikToker in the room. But
Yeah, we've got Cindy Rudvik, guys.
potentially a later episode. Who knows?
You're probably already following him.
Yeah, you probably
But
are.
he's TikTok famous, so
Without
follow
realising.
him.
Yeah.
Get him more viewers, more everything, so you
More
get some
brand deals, more money,
Guys.
more alcohol. It's probably where it will go to.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested. How much have you made from TikTok?
I have actually made quite a fair bit, but you have to wait and see.
Have to wait and see.
Have to wait and see for the
There we
next
go.
episode, guys.
No, it won't be the next. Next episode is about being an international student
With Kaya.
and matte.
Yes.
I'm going to have to work out how I get two people, matte. Get two people on. And then after that...
Oh, Kaya can just sit on Marta's lap.
Oh, she's small enough, yeah. Actually, they can squidge in like this.
After.
A couple of second years reached out to me. I don't know if they're taking the piss. So potentially they're talking about
Maybe.
reputation. But
Then do you want to have me on here?
if you want to come on,
I would love to come
if you want to come on, definitely do that.
Bring Lucy in.
And yeah, I'm trying to like network with West End professionals, trying to get some on. So I've had some interest. Have you heard of Frantic Assembly as a physical theatre company? Did you like study them or... Yeah, I have as
That was
well.
my GCSE drama.
Yeah, no, me too. Anyway, one of their practitioners who's also performed in our last 2 shows said he'd come on. So that could be cool. If he comes on, I don't know. So yeah, there's lots of stuff happening with this channel. And moving forwards, you're going to see a lot more different things. We're using AI now,
Same with my TikTok.
Same
Go
with
follow
my
it.
TikTok.
I'm going to start talking about autism
which is a really important topic to
and
cover.
tics and
Yeah.
whatever.
And it's why we've kind of touched the surface of it in the last hour and a half, a little bit. Which I think it's an important thing to discuss. And actually, I'm really glad that you've come on. This is quite intimidating, but you seemed absolutely fine. I think probably the most confident guest I've had on. And if those guests listening are probably, it's fair to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe more confident than
I'm
me.
just better.
Because you did my... you did my intro. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much of it will be used, but we'll see.
Well, it's because I vlog to myself all the time. Like a lot of the time, I just vlog and then I don't even send it to anyone. I just delete it.
You
straight
should.
away.
I mean, vlogs are really good. You just post them into YouTube and who knows?
And a lot of the time, I'm doing my makeup. I'm talking to myself and I'm giving myself a tutorial. I'm
What
just
about
like,
your YouTube channel?
yeah.
Do you want to plug that one?
I don't know what it is. Lucy Bryce.
Probably just Google that.
Just Google Lucy Bryce or Google Lucy Bryce. I'm just Ken.
Oh no.
'Cause that's my one of my most recent videos.
It took me I had to be sat down and talked to. Not really, but to the extent of I wasn't sure if I was actually being mocked until I was like, is this malicious or not? Because I can't understand sometimes humor. Different people have different humor to me. My humor is developing because it's I'm a very serious person. It's not good. I need to loosen up and have more kachaka. Which I might actually do after this episode. Because it's quite nice, actually. This is Brazilian vodka.
Why don't you say them?
Brazilian 38% alcohol.
It's a Brazilian liqueur
Let's have
that
a little
tastes a
look.
little bit like white wine mixed
That
with
focused?
vodka.
Cameraman? Is that... Honestly, what are you being paid to do? Well, no, you're not being paid.
How do you say it?
Kachaka.
Kachaka.
Apparently it's a Portuguese favourite
Kachaka.
from kind of their channel. Lucy's actually going to hire out this set and start an ASMR channel. So you can put that looking forward to do. Emma Chamberlain kind of came up through just posting videos that she recorded of herself. And then because
Yeah.
people liked her, it took off. So it's one thing I always say, just make stuff if you're interested. Maybe ASMR, but I don't know how seriously you can
I'm
do that for an
not.
hour. Imagine an hour straight of just talking like this.
Hi guys, welcome back to the
It's not
ASMR
nice.
channel.
Yeah, well, this has been... Is that your actual laugh or is that like a tick laugh?
I was just like, that was a laugh I came up with to do in ballet last year when I found things awkward. I'd just go, and then it became a tick. And now sometimes I laugh like
Yeah.
it.
Oh no. It's interesting how things can suddenly just become a tick.
Oh, yeah.
Just out of a brand new.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, you're going to talk about more of this on your TikTok.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, go follow.
Spicy Bricey 69.
You might need to change the name if you're doing a professional thing about talking about ticks, but that's up to you. You know, it's no.
That's who she is.
It's who she. I can't take away your personality.
I like spicy food.
And
My name's Bricey.
then
It's my lucky number.
a lucky number. Okay.
It's fun.
What, 69 or?
Spicy Bricey 69 on TikTok. Go a little follow, and you've got more conversations around this.
Yeah.
This has been the Movement Theories podcast.
Thank you so much for watching the Movement Theories and the Parrot Theories podcast.
Parrot Theories. Maybe we'll just rebrand. Subscribe. I mean, people don't, but we got good watch time.
Like and subscribe. Give us all a follow on all the socials. Hashtag speaking from the heart. Hashtag be Fletcher.
What is it? Hashtag proud is that? That's Bird College, isn't it?
Hashtag proud.
Hashtag proud. Thank you for watching. This has been the Movement Theories podcast, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.